Hi folks, welcome to another Friday update with me, Graham, from Gathering Energy Yoga. I think we're on our fourth Leap Sports Community Yoga update, and I hope you're enjoying them. You can always give me feedback in the feedback section on YouTube. I can't remember what that's called. And you can also give a shout out if you would like to see anything in any of these videos as well, because they're for you. I'm just sharing some of what are my basics or fundamentals of yoga, whether it's to do with the breath, the body, movement, or particular poses. Last week we were doing some Qigong, so we were working with the energy in the body just to bring movement. We're going to start in the same way this week, but we're going to go through a Warrior 2 tutorial and a little bit of movement within that Warrior 2. So I will be giving some bodily specific instructions on roughly where to place feet to feel the pose. But remember, this is your body, so it's finding where that fits for you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look exactly the way that I'm doing it. It's about finding that foundation in your own body. So to begin with, we're going to do our same Qigong movement that we did last week. So spinning or tapping the kidneys, our Jing energy, to kind of just energize us a little bit. So feet come a little wider than hips. We start to twist side to side. The arms start to move. We then maybe let the arms swing a little bit. So I'm not really moving the arms myself. I'm allowing my torso and then just letting my arms swing. I'm going to include where I come up onto the ball of the foot or the toes. I take the spin side to side. This just allows for less pressure in the knee and a little bit more movement in the arms. You can, if you wish, take slight taps into the kidneys as they come side to side. Tapping, teek, teet. Don't worry about the particular style of breathing today. Just breathe in a way that fills you with energy, in through the mouth or the nose. If you breathe in through the mouth, that is going to make you slightly more alert. If you want to bring a little bit more focus, then you could breathe in and out through the nose. So you're kind of bringing awareness to that breath. Allow these to tap side to side. A couple more either side. And just slow that down, coming back towards center. Take the feet a little bit further. Toes are pointing out. Try and have the knees pointing in the same direction as the toes. We're not going to sit too low, and we're going to take our hands to our knees. Maybe it's the inside with the elbows sticking out. Maybe it's over the knee itself with the elbows slightly softer. And as you inhale, see if you can lift the chest, lift the chin, and look towards the horizon. Might feel like you're creating length down the spine towards your tailbone. As you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest, round through the back. Try and pull the belly in slightly. I prefer having my hands where the elbows stick out slightly. My fingers are on the inside of the knee. Inhale, pushing into the knees slightly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're doing a standing cat-cow. I'm breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just so that I'm moving with the inhale and the exhale. 2 more of each. Last one. Inhale as we just wiggle through the knees, bringing ourselves up. Take the feet a little closer together for the moment. I'm on a yoga mat, but you don't need to be. For this next bit, we're going to do Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2 for its Sanskrit name. I'm going to mirror you for this as best as I can. So this is going to be my right foot. This will be the left for the camera so that it should be similar to what you can see to what I'm doing. So if you can, take your right foot and take the toes, pointing them away from the body. So we've got an external rotation in this right hip, maybe bending at the knee slightly. Walk that left foot towards what is the bottom of my mat. So the toes are pointing to the top on the right foot, and the toes are pointing out to the edge of the mat on this left foot. So it's this pinky side that's pushing down into the earth. You might start to feel a bit of an arch being created as you push down into the foot. As you travel up the leg, the knee can be straight but not locked, so it's pushing backwards, so there's a slight softness. Or it might be for you, if this is your first time, it might need to be bent. Just work with what feels comfortable for you. So here, as we do this, we've got an internal rotation through this leg, rotating inwards, and we've got an outward rotation on this front right foot. Try not to let the knee come out to the side too much. We want it to be in line roughly with that foot. This is where you can take your hands to the hips just to move out the way. This is roughly the position of the feet that you want. You might be here because this is less pressure down into this front foot, because when you're here, you're having to use all the muscles in this leg, and you're really holding yourself just with your legs. So this is going to start to get your quad muscles burning. So you can always come up a little bit higher, about here. We want to turn the torso so it faces towards the front. And we want to take the arms out wide. My best suggestion to do first is to take your hands to the shoulders. What often happens when we take the arms out is we kind of come to this position where the hands are up and we're kind of squeezing the shoulders up towards the ears and the neck. So if you take your hands to the hips, point your elbows away, and just pull the shoulders down or soften. If you imagine them melting away from the neck and the ears, so you can lift them up and then let them melt away. Lifting up, let them melt away. When they've melted away, taking the arms out, palms face the earth, roughly. I mean, there'll be different variations when you do this until you get used to it. What you think is straight might be back here, or it might be up like this. You're trying to keep it as straight as you can with the shoulders away from the ears and the neck. And we're turning to look at that right hand. And we're going to hold here for 3 breaths. For 1, 2, and 3. Taking the hands back towards the hips for a moment. So just noticing how this feels through the foundation. We want to push down into the feet. We want to kind of push them away as if we're trying to, it's always described to me as if you're trying to kind of push or pull the mat apart with the feet. So you're really pushing down into the foundation. That's where all the strength, balance, confidence in the stance comes from, is having the feet strongly down in towards the earth. Then we can be softer through the knees. We can be a bit more relaxed into the torso as we take the hands out. So coming back towards that warrior 2. This time though, I want you to take your left hand and just place it on the side of that left leg. Turn the palm to face the sky. And as we inhale, reach up. It doesn't need to be super high, but reach up. Try not to bend back. There's this habit to copy what really bendy people do in yoga, where they lean back like this for reverse warrior. But all that does is dumps loads of weight into the lower back or the side. So even if you need to, take your hand to your hip and reach the hand up, looking up at that right hand for reverse warrior. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Taking the hands back towards your warrior 2. Relax into the feet. We're going to take it to the opposite direction. So this right foot is now the same as the left was on the other side. Pinky side pushing down into the earth. Left toes now point towards what is now my top of the bottom of the mat, is now the top of the mat. Again, there's an internal rotation in this back leg and an external rotation on this front. Taking the knee maybe forwards, pushing down into the earth. Don't let the knee come out to the side. Try and keep it as best as you can towards the center in line with that foot. Pulling the tummy in, turning around, facing this way, taking the arms out, looking this time towards the left hand. If you need to, take the hands to the shoulders, melt the shoulders away from the ears and the neck, taking the arms out again. Holding here, pushing down into the earth with the feet for foundation. Again, finding that position where you don't feel like you're leaning too far forwards or back, into the middle for 3 breaths. 4, 1, 2, and 3. Taking the hands onto the hips. Again, just being aware of your foundation. Taking the right hand either onto the right leg, loosely, or I like to take it to the hip the first time I do this. Taking that left arm out, turn the left palm up towards the sky, reach it up towards the ceiling or upwards. Remember, don't lean back too much, it's going to dump pressure into the knee, so reaching up, even if it's out in front, looking up at that hand as best as you can for 1, 2, and 3. Take the arms back towards your warrior 2. Can we move through the foundation of the feet, turning them in the opposite direction? Right fingers, right toes are pointing towards the now top of the mat, coming down into the pose. Remember, you can always take your hands to your hips until you find it. Reach the arms out. We're going to inhale, reach that right hand up towards the sky. Left hand comes down onto the left leg. Exhale back towards our warrior 2. Inhale, lifting the hand up, reverse warrior. Exhale, taking it back towards our warrior 2. Legs aren't moving, it's all coming from the arms. Inhale, Parivarita Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Hold here, turning the feet back the opposite way. So we're now, left toes are pointing towards the now top of the mat. Left fingers are reaching out. Inhale here. And exhale. Can we take that reverse warrior? Inhale, back hand comes down, front hand comes up. Exhale, back towards our warrior 2. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming back, warrior 2. Inhale, Parivarita Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale and exhale. Come back towards center. You can take your hands onto your hips, heel toe the feet back towards the center, and then just wiggle it out or shake it out side to side. So try it out at home if you can. You don't necessarily need a mat. If you don't have a mat, don't take your feet so wide, otherwise you might have the habit of slipping. Make sure if you're doing it on a floor that is slippy that you don't have socks on. And we'll be doing this in our Sunday flow this coming Sunday, so our first Sunday flow in March, and I look forward to seeing you there. See you later.